Happening now, addressing mental health needs.
The challenges that many of our students face are severe.
A look at how lawmakers are trying to help local college students. And catalytic converter theft bust 6 months in the making. Plus, a look at a charitable family.
This will be their first parade, and it's extra special this year.
Who are being honored as this year's Grand Marshals during Jamestown's Christmas Parade.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, following a nearly 6-month-long investigation, a Casadega man has been charged in connection with a catalytic converter theft in northern Chautauqua County. The sheriff's office charged 26-year-old Chase Jones on Thursday after he allegedly cut catalytic converters from vehicles of a business in the town of Sheridan back in June. The rise in catalytic converter thefts have plagued communities across New York State recently. Back in October, the state passed legislation to combat the issue. The part is made of highly valuable metal, some priced at up to $20,000 per ounce, which has led to increased thefts across the region. The Jamestown Police Department is accepting applications for their 2023 Citizen Police Academy, slated to take place in late January. The academy, which is scheduled to start Wednesday, January 25th, will run from around 13 weeks from 6 to 9 every night in the police training room in the 4th hall of City Hall. That's on Wednesdays. Those with the police department plan to cover a wide variety of topics, including patrols, criminal investigations, firearms, crime scenes, domestic violence, narcotics, and many other topics. There will also be a special teams presentation throughout the course on the program, along with ride-along opportunities. The Citizen Academy is open to any adult that lives or works within the city of Jamestown. Back in October, City Council accepted a donation of $4,000 to fund the training application, and those with any questions are urged to contact the Jamestown Police Department. Well, members of our local church group are joining efforts to support Ukraine after a generous anonymous donation. As Julia Gress reports, Whitsley Community Church in Russell say that the donation has spurred the group into action.
We had a member of the church, I believe, or maybe not even a member, just donate anonymously to church. And they said, hey, our heart is for the Ukraine people, and we would like this to go to the Ukraine.
The mission group then got into contact with members of the Save a Life Foundation that supports pregnant women in the Ukraine dealing with unexpected pregnancies by rape.
The refugees who are leaving Ukraine are all women and children because the men have not been allowed to leave. And so now we have pregnant women who are all of a sudden left without their husbands. And also they weren't the ones who were the primary breadwinners for the family either.
The money will be put towards baby boxes that contain supplies for the mother and newborn child. The church is also working with a member of the Ukrainian Relief Initiative to fill the group's shelves with food, toiletries, medical supplies, and other necessities. Lastly, the church will support a couple that just built 100 homes in Ukraine for those who lost theirs in the war.
They're currently working on a mission to make candles that will provide warmth to the Ukrainian military. As if you hadn't heard, there's almost no electricity now in Ukraine and almost no fuel.
Jennifer Lundmark explains that financial donations can go a longer way than sending supplies, since supplies can be purchased in Ukrainian border countries, eliminating shipping costs.
December 3rd from 4 to 7 p.m. at Whitsley Community Church, we will be having a potato dinner. So for $5 admission or anything that you would like to donate, you will come and get a baked potato with many different toppings. We also are having some folks make borscht, which is a Ukrainian red beet hot soup, and then we'll have ice cream sundaes for dessert.
There will also be a basket raffle and silent auction at the fundraiser, with prizes generously donated by the community. Julia Gress, WNY News Now.
Julia, thank you. In what is hailed by some as the unofficial kickoff to the Christmas season, an annual event to ship a piece of home for the holidays to those serving in the U.S. military overseas is taking place near Jamestown this weekend. Our local Blue Star Mothers chapter is getting ready for their annual military Christmas care package drive at Fluvanna Community Church on Saturday. Over the past several years, all walks of life has contributed to this event, with those as young as 5 and as old as 100 packing a box. However, before the packaging assembly line takes shape, the group is seeking donations. From packages of beef jerky, canned goods like chicken noodle soup, to healthcare items like baby powder, the group of local moms need your donation. On Friday at 6:30, the Fluvanna Community Church will be accepting donations to anyone who's able to stop by, donating those supplies or even handwritten cards and notes to our troops. A full list of what's needed now posted at the Blue Star Mothers Facebook page. A Jamestown family is being recognized for their charitable efforts as this year's Grand Marshals of the Jamestown Christmas Parade on Saturday. Our Alyssa Wright shares their story.
For us, we're really honored. I mean, obviously, there are tons of people doing really great things in our community, and we're just one tiny piece of that, being able to give back. So I think that's it. It's really, we're all honored to be able to have this opportunity, and I think it speaks volumes that it's kids.
Over the past few holiday seasons, Matthew and Danielle Stone have given back to a cause that gave them the opportunity to have a family of their own, the local foster care system. After adopting 4 children, they wanted to find a way to say thank you.
Previous years, we've always done a backpack drive every November as something for our family to be able to give back to the foster care system.
In addition to the annual backpack drives, the family has put together what they call birthday boxes for children in the system.
It makes me feel good that kids are getting help because so they know that you care for them.
This will be the Stone children's first experience at the parade, making the night extra special.
They've actually never been to the parade before, obviously, with like COVID and things, so they've never been. So this will be their first parade, and it's extra special this year.
Me personally, I grew up in Jamestown. I've been going to the parade for a long time, so it's going to be fun to enjoy this experience with my family, and just so super excited for them to experience that, and it's just going to be a great time.
In Jamestown, Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
Alyssa, thank you. The Stone family will lead the parade down 3rd Street starting at 6 o'clock on Saturday night here in downtown Jamestown. And a reminder, you can catch the parade live right here on channel 716 on Roku starting at 6 o'clock. Well, now let's switch gears and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by for that. And I know you'll talk about this probably a little bit later in the show, but mixed results for that parade on Saturday.
Yes, the actual forecast for the parade is looking twofold. I mean, it's not going to be the greatest, but it's not going to be the worst either. We've had worse in the past, believe me. The Warren Citibank Skycam showing you just clouds around, and the clouds are really going to stay socked in through the day today. We may see a few breaks in the cloud cover later on this afternoon, but so far just lots of clouds. We are seeing a little bit of maybe some light drizzle maybe starting to develop across the region, but otherwise most everybody should be dry today. But the big story is going to be the winds. We have a high wind watch in place for Chautauqua County. This goes into effect tonight and runs until 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and this is for the potential for wind gusts possibly of around 60 miles an hour. So that will not only be strong, but may also cause damage as well. So we'll have to watch that. 28 only was the high yesterday. We started the day at 20. 60 and 7 are the records. So 36 to 45 through the afternoon, stubborn cloudiness, limited breaks, and there's a wind of 50. That comes up tonight, and then through tomorrow. We'll talk about it with the satellite solution later in the show.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. As we continue, we have the latest from the Buffalo Bills' victory over a longtime rival. And later, breaking down the plan to help college students struggling with mental health. Stay with us. WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now. The Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
Welcome to WNY News Now's in Channel 716 presentation of the Jamestown Holiday Parade. We are celebrating along with hundreds of other folks from the Pearl City as we ring in holiday cheer. 2, 1. Looking for a fair and honest auto mechanic? Look no further than DeWyas Auto Service. Located at 140 Main Street in Randolph, our family-owned business is ready for all of your automotive needs. From general service to more complex repairs, count on DeWyas Auto to keep you on the road. We not only keep your cars running smoothly, but also looking great with our expert detailing crew. Send us a message on Facebook or call us today at 716-358-2292 to set up an appointment. DeWyas Auto Service. Fair, honest, and the best prices guaranteed.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
The Buffalo Bills have done everything this season except earn a victory in their own division. They're hoping their first over longtime rival New England Patriots will be the one that helps them get back on the winning track. Erie News Now's John Leidick recaps the game.
A divisional showdown for Thursday night football with AFC playoff implications as the Buffalo Bills travel to Foxborough, Massachusetts to face Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. To Gillette Stadium, where Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills were looking for their first divisional win of the year after the Bills opened with a field goal. To begin the scoring, it was Mac Jones with a quick pass to Marcus Jones. The special teams ace gets loose and puts on the afterburners. He's gone 48 yards for the score and a 7-3 lead for New England. The Bills then go to work from there. Josh Allen going to find Stephon Diggs on the 8-yard strike. 10-7, Buffalo moves back in front. And after the Patriots punt, Josh Allen and the Bills matriculate down the field. And the quarterback, buying time, stays in bounds and delivers to Gabe Davis. Buffalo Bills 17-7 at the half. In the fourth quarter, Buffalo adding to its lead as Devin Singletary on the handoff up the middle. The Bills to 9-3 on the year with a 24-10 win.
Congressman Joe Sepolensky says he's supporting legislation that would keep the U.S. Supreme Court at just 9 justices. Currently, Congress has the power to change the number of justices on our high court. The New York rep says he's co-sponsoring a constitutional amendment that there have been recent calls to expand the Supreme Court. He says renewed optimism would increase the number of justices, and for him, he's not for that idea.
And it's bubbled up again recently to change the number of justices in the Supreme Court for political purposes. Change the court setup because you don't like the outcomes that you might get. And I'm against that. I think it would be a positive innovation to our constitutional system to lock in the status quo of 9 justices.
Congress has already changed the amount of justices on the court before. However, there have been 9 justices on the court since the mid-1850s. Well, the end of the year is approaching, which means a new Congress will soon be installed. Until then, lawmakers on Capitol Hill, they're racing to the finish line to try to complete a long legislative list. The top priority is focusing on making sure they can prevent a rail strike. With an 80-15 vote, the Senate has now passed a measure to implement an agreement, but President Joe Biden will still have to sign it into law. A second measure, which was proposed, would include pay sick days, although the Senate couldn't get enough votes to support that. While Democrats are still in control of both chambers, they're trying to pass legislation that would provide federal protections for same-sex marriage and interracial marriage as well. There was just enough Republican support in the Senate to move that through. The House is slated to vote on that as early as next week. One of the most pressing items is funding the government. Congress has until December 16th to do that. If they can't figure out funding, there could be a government shutdown. Well, from D.C. to Albany this week, Assembly lawmakers waited on the mental health needs of students in higher education. Today, our New York Capitol correspondent Elise Klein is breaking down and highlighting the key issues at stake.
At an assembly hearing yesterday, lawmakers heard from education and mental health experts about the mental health needs of college students, including growing peer counseling and expanding the availability and access of services.
The challenges that many of our students face are severe. Some are emotional, some are financial, and some are academic.
Hamilton adds that since the start of the pandemic, increased feelings of fear, anxiety, and depression have been highly present among students. Some in the hearing highlighted that telehealth services proved to be very beneficial for students, but some students struggle to find a quiet and private space to engage in telehealth.
I know my child doesn't want to do it in their dorm room with their roommate there, or on their floor, or in the library to have a private telehealth visit.
Epstein suggests that higher education institutions implement telehealth rooms that students can sign out times for. The commissioner of the New York State Office of Mental Health responds there are guidelines to tackle these challenges well defined for high schools and elementary schools, but not as well defined for college campuses. But the commissioner says they are working on this.
And there's an openness now to do this, I think because of the pandemic, that there really wasn't before.
In Albany, Elise Klein, WNY News Now.
Elise, thank you. New York City is opening a fourth humanitarian emergency response and relief center as it surpasses an estimated 27,000 asylum seekers. This center will provide migrants with a place to stay, access support, and get help to their final destinations. Mayor Eric Adams announced the new center this week. It will be in the Stewart Hotel, which is already a social services shelter that will transition to handle 600 rooms for the asylum seekers. Families at the shelter can stay or move to a different one. According to Adams, the city is currently caring for more than 19,000 asylum seekers. The mayor also called for federal and state support on this issue. Well, coming up next, we're meeting a new furry friend who's up for adoption in our Pet of the Week segment. And later, our coverage of the Jamestown Christmas Parade continues. We're going to check in with a group of local musicians getting ready to spread holiday cheer on our broadcast that night. But first, Dakota returns with a full look.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Welcome to WNY News Now's in Channel 716 presentation of the Jamestown Holiday Parade. We are celebrating along with hundreds of other folks from the Pearl City as we ring in holiday cheer. 2, 1.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. Wanted to start off with a nice weather eye picture from David of the sunrise this morning in Perrysburg in the hills of Cattaraugus County. Looking good there. So if you have any pictures or videos of the weather, you can send it to us on Facebook, on the First Defense weather page, or on Twitter. I'm at HuntersWX. And of course, use the hashtag MyLocalWX. And the ski resorts, now is the time to start getting out there and thinking about skiing here. Holiday Valley back open now, 4 to 20 inch bases. Peak and Peak is opening next week, and I'm telling you, with the snow that we've had, it's going to be some good times for the ski resorts across the region. Socked in cloud cover right now from the HD News Now cam. As of noon hour, we've got a pair of threes at the Jamestown Airport, a south wind of 12, so it's still a little bit breezy, and that knocks the wind chill down to 24. That's what it feels like. So here's what's going on right now. Nothing across the Great Lakes. We have high pressure starting to build in now, but this is the cold front that's going to arrive tomorrow. Notice the snow behind it. It's going to ultimately shift our wind direction from the south back to the west-northwest. So here it is on FutureScan. It's overdoing the amount of clearing we're going to see this afternoon. Don't expect that much, but I do think we are going to see a few limited breaks in the cloud cover. Now, we are going to see a few light rain showers coming this evening. evening out ahead of the front. That front is going to zip right on through the Great Lakes region. And notice here, by the time we go into tomorrow morning, we'll see widespread rain showers as the winds come up. And again, we do have that high wind watch in place for Chautauqua County that goes until 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And through the day tomorrow, that's the cold front passing. Then we shift the wind direction, changing it over to snow showers just in time for the Christmas parade. So talking about the winds, this is where they're going. This is by 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. We could be looking at about 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. The winds will start to subside as we head into parade time. So speaking of the parade, not much change to the forecast. Lower 30s throughout the parade, but look at the wind sustained out of the west at 15 to 20 miles an hour. So keep that in mind. The next 7 days powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So we have a few rain and snow showers tomorrow. Well, rain to snow, 34 Sunday, 40 on Monday. And then the temperatures go up and down, Justin, as we head into early next week.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Well, in an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society for our Pet of the Week segment. Joining me live now is Brian Papalea with a new featured furry friend. Great to have you in studio, Brian.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, we have Pumpkin here. Pumpkin's about 3 months old, and he is up for adoption at the Chautauqua County Humane Society. And he's a kitten. He loves to bite. He was the bold one today. I went in to see who wanted to come with me, and he came out right away when I walked in with the carrier. He also came right back out, just ready to go.
Yeah.
So that means he's ready to go home with you.
Yeah, he definitely is. And a lot of times when you come into a new environment, it's scary, right? For people and for pets too. So for him to be so calm, I think it just is a nice testament to his personality where he's looking for a family who's willing to give him that respect back.
And also, if you have cats at home with the proper introductions, which our adoption staff will go over with the adopter, but I think he would do well with other cats, maybe even dog or cat-friendly dogs, or if he has a place to get away from a dog, I think he would do well.
Right.
So yeah, if you're looking for a new family member this holiday season, I think he's your guy.
Absolutely. And I know before you came on, we were talking a little bit about this whole big kind of misunderstanding about giving pets away for Christmas. If someone wants to do that, they should come to the shelter first.
I always think in the movie Christmas Vacation, when Aunt Edna brings the cat in the box, I think that's what people think about.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Dakota. I think that is, what people think of, but there are ways around that. If you think it's a good idea, go to that person, either have that conversation, invite them to come to the shelter with you. There are ways that you can do that and have that be a great Christmas gift without it actually being that situation.
Right, and that's important because the pet might like me if I'm buying it for my sister or something.
Yeah.
But she might not like my sister. So you kind of have to have that idea. Or my sister might be like, well, this is a great pet, but I'm not ready for it.
And something too, to build on the idea of it being a gift, the idea that you can spend that time with that person and, and it makes it, I think, more of a concrete thing that they did that for you.
And like you mentioned today, Pumpkin, who's a beautiful kitten ready to be adopted, he came right out to you and he walked up to you.
Yeah.
And, for my family, that's kind of been the way we've adopted animals. Is we go somewhere where it's, say, an event at the mall that you do, and whoever is most attentive to us, they a lot of times they pick their
most
own.
of the time. I think the majority of the time. And, we have our Season of Hope drive going on right now to get 100 animals adopted or into foster homes before December 23rd. So, that's just a great time for us to put the spotlight on, really, showing people can come in and we can explain more of what we do. They can see the process. If they want a tour, I'd be happy to give them tours of the shelter so they can learn more about how the animals are cared for. So, just all that.
So if you love this snuggler here who's just purring away, head on over to chqhumane.org. Brian, Pumpkin, thank you both for coming in today. Coming up next, we speak with a group of local musicians spreading some holiday cheer for all to hear.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
but 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Welcome to WNY News Now's in Channel 716 presentation of the Jamestown Holiday Parade. We are celebrating along with hundreds of other folks from the Pearl City as we ring in holiday cheer. 2, 1.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
Welcome back. A group of local aspiring musicians, they're hosting a special Christmas showcase this year as part of a concert in just a few weeks' time. Bronson Rasmussen joins us today with more from the students in this group known as the Infinettes. Bronson?
That's right, Justin. They're learning from Infinity Visual and Performing Arts right here in Jamestown. We got an exclusive look at one of the performances by this Motown group who want to bring their genre of music back into the spotlight, a process that has had its ups and downs for the vocalists.
I would say it's been a journey for sure. You know, we go through times where, you know, we're nervous or we're arguing or, you know, just like anybody else. So we are a group and we go through, you know, problems too, but we're going good. Yeah, for sure.
I say it's really fun. I'm glad
it is fun.
Yeah.
Gathering members of this trio was no easy task. For the instructors, teaching over 200 students of all ages to get ready for these live performances is very rewarding.
Performing is one of the best ways to become a better singer, a better performer across the board. And the only way really for someone to grow as an artist is to have an audience.
The students also mirror this mentality.
I feel kind of impressed with myself because I don't know, I'm coming a long way very quickly and I feel like we're all maturing while doing it, so.
And I think we're becoming like a group and really getting like our sound as a group and really starting to be able to blend our voices and becoming good friends all together as well.
This is the group's first live performance since the COVID-19 pandemic, which takes place on Friday, December 16th at their East 2nd Street studio.
Christmas holiday party is going to be the first live in-person performance that we have for our students since pre-COVID, so it's super exciting.
Now, the Infinity Visual and Performing Arts Center has many different aspects that they teach. Anyone willing to learn, from musical performances to art, dance, and even stagecraft.
Wow. So what's next for the Infinettes? It seems like they got a lot going on.
Well, after this performance on the 16th, they'll continue performing and bettering themselves, is what they told me.
Yeah, that's really great, and it's so awesome to see such an aspiring group of young musicians, and you can get a sneak peek of it, by the way, of their performance. It'll air during our Jamestown Christmas Parade special this Saturday at 6 o'clock on Channel 716 on Roku and across the WNY News Now streaming network. It really has been all parade all week, and you talk about getting ready for Christmas, and so many families are out there, and this is one of their this weekend is kind of the big push where it's like you're going to knock off the rest of your Christmas shopping, hopefully. If not, if you haven't started, you might be in some trouble, and celebrate with the community. And I think one of the aspects of it that I love about the Christmas parade this Saturday at 6 o'clock is that kids have the center spotlight. I know we talked about this earlier in the week, but you look at what the Infinettes are doing there with Infinity, and yeah, they cater to anyone who wants to learn. Whether you're 4 or 100 years old, they'll have you there. But at the same time, they do so much for our youth, and those kids, that was their first practice, you said, that they had?
It was the first time that they had read that song,
yeah,
and the first time that they worked with the actual band. And
wow,
for it being their first time, as most of you will see tomorrow if you watch us, it was pretty well done.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that just goes back to the raw talent that they have. Like, you just can't, you can't really throw that together, right, without having that talent. And So I'm sure that makes it easy for their directors.
I mean, if they gave me a guitar or trumpet, it would not sound like that right now.
No, I could write you a story, but that's about it. Well, that is going to do it for us. Of course, we hope you can join us on Saturday at 6 o'clock, the whole crew working on our special coverage of the Jamestown Christmas Parade. But in the meantime, we'll leave you with this live look over Chautauqua Lake. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here Monday at noon for News Now. Have a great week.